Cruising in the US or cruising in Australia? What are the differences? Let's talk about it.
Come from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder. Morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around. Meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it seems to me, with a tune as wild as sea, hands up high and voices free. Down under's where I'll be. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze.
G'day folks, Shaun here from the Down Under Cruises. Welcome aboard, nice to have you here. Today we're talking about the differences between cruising in the US versus cruising in Australia. Yes, folks, there are some differences. Let's talk about the common things first up. Commonly, taking a passport, time to travel. We'll talk about those differences. Accommodation, the dollars, tipping versus no tipping, and gratuities versus no gratuities. Okay, so let's have a look at the common things. Number one, you're going to travel to the port anyway, regardless of where the ship goes from. The actual company onboarding process is the same no matter which country you go to. If you are traveling out of a home port, example, you're traveling out of Melbourne or you're traveling out of Miami, and the cruise starts and finishes in the same location, all you need is a photo ID, a government-issued photo ID. Here's where I differ with that. I'm saying that no matter where you go, always take a passport. Always take a passport. And the reason is, if you went on, say, a Caribbean cruise out of Miami, or you did a Australian, New Zealand cruise, you get off the ship or you get taken off the ship for whatever reason, whether it be a medical issue or you were missing the onboarding time, etc. You're stuck in that country. You need documentation, and that documentation is your passport. That's the best. That's what I can say. Take your passport with you, no matter where you go. You'll find now there's a lot of people that say, yeah, no, don't do that. Photocopy the front page. And no, look, if the whatchamacallit hits the fan and you need assistance, your passport is your identification. Keep your passport with you. Time to travel? Well, if you're in a home port, as in you're traveling in Miami or you're traveling in Melbourne, for me to get from my place to the cruise port is a cab ride. For you to get from your home to the port at Miami is a cab ride. Here's the issue. If I want to do a cruise out of Miami, I need to pay for an international flight. That international flight costs severe dollars. So for me, it's easier for me to actually cruise out of an Australian port, because I can tell you flying from Melbourne to Sydney or Melbourne to Brisbane is a damn sight cheaper than flying from Melbourne to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or Galveston for that matter. Also, accommodation. Now, for us, accommodation is hellishingly expensive because, and it all boils down to the dollar factor, right? everything that you do outside of Australia is done in USD. So for us, we'd have to convert to USD in order to spend our dollars. In Australia, it is mandated that any onboard monies is done in Australian dollars. So for those of you coming from the US, it's much cheaper because the Australian dollar is almost 62 cents to the USD. So so 1 USD buys 62 Australian cents. So you've got, sorry, the other way around. 1 Australian dollar buys 62 US cents. So you've got a bucket load of dollars to spend down under. And so for us to actually go and get a hotel in the US, it's not $175. It's more closer to the 250 to 300 odd. Number one. Number two, you guys all add taxes on to your bill. You also expect gratuities, so that $270, $300 now pans out to being closer to $400. In Australia, the value that you see on the tab, so if you go up to the reception and you say, how much is a room for tonight? And they say that room is worth $250, that is it. You pay the $250. You do not pay taxes plus gratuities plus tips plus. You just pay the amount that they advertise. Which means that when you get to a cruise here, yes, the cruise does sound a little dearer than when it is at home, but we're not paying the additional extras. Now, that's the dollar value. That's the exchange rate. That then it goes with accommodation. And if you're going down to a restaurant for a meal, a $35 US meal in Australian dollars is closer to $50. So for us, it's a much more extravagant, much more expensive trip coming out to you. Now, if you came down under and you paid 35 Aussie dollars, you'd be paying closer to the $20, which is a cheaper thing for you. The other thing cruising out of Australia is Australia, and this is our saving grace, we have no tips, we have no gratuities. Yes, the cruise line will bill you a bit more for the cruise, but when we get the dollar value, we're not expected to pay anything extra. If I pay somebody a tip, if I give them a tip, it's because they've given me the service that I've demanded or they've gone above and beyond providing me the right service. Whereas in the US, it is an expectation. Also, something for you to bear in mind, Australia does not allow the cruise lines, well, it does, but the cruise lines choose not to employ Aussie workers. And the reason for that is the cruise line would be up for extremely exorbitant income tax requirements. Whereas in the US, the cruise lines pay a minimum wage and everybody expects the gratuity or the tips. That does not work down under. So those are some of the differences. If you like what you saw, please like, subscribe, and share it out. More importantly, folks, I'm looking forward to your comments. Tell me what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? We'll catch you down under.
Come from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder, morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around, meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it sings to me with a tune as wild as sea, hands up high and voices free.